I am going to go ahead and, yes, I'm just checking one last time. Okay, well, thank you again for your patience. I do appreciate each of you being here today. Overall, first of all, good afternoon. Welcome to Careers for Terps, your online lifeline. This is a webinar presentation conducted as a part of the Maryland Alumni Association's Career Week. My name is Linda LeNoir, and I'm an assistant director at the University Career Center. I've had a lot of information to cover in our very brief time today, and I'll take questions at the end of my presentation. So please feel free to submit any questions that you have through the chat box located at the bottom of the Zoom panel. Please note that this webinar is being recorded, and by participating, you do acknowledge and consent to your image, your likeness, or your voice being recorded. I'm going to put myself on stopping my video so that you don't see me, so that you can concentrate on the screens that I'm going to share with you. Okay. Okay, so Careers for Terps is our online career management tool used by students and alumni. Careers for Terps, or C4T as we like to call it, is typically used to search for jobs, to request career advisor appointments, to request employer interviews, to RSVP for information sessions or workshops. And you can also gain free access to several tools, which I'll discuss in more detail shortly. This is going to take about 20 minutes to take you through a tour through the basic features of Careers for Terps. And again, if you have questions, please post them in the chat, and I will take time at the end to address them. I have 3 more people in my well, 4 people in the wait room, so I'm going to take a quick second to let them in. Please wait by. Let's see. Hello, can you please mute yourself? Thank you. Okay, to get started, hello? Wait a minute, one more. Okay. Okay, to get started, what you do is you do type in Careers for Terps, and I'm going to go back to the screen share. So to get started, you type in, and this, it's not there. You type in Careers for Terps or careers.umd.edu in your browser. And this is going to take you to the University of Maryland's career website. I'm trying to pull that up for you right now so that you can actually see that. And this is what Careers for Terps looks like. So over here, you'll see beneath the banner, you'll see Careers for Terps. And that's where you're going to sign into Careers for Terps, okay? I have already done so, but what you will get is a screen that looks like this. Now, if you are a new graduate, you're probably still listed as a student. So,
hey, Miss Linda, sorry to interrupt you. We're still on the CSM staff sign-in page.
Are you really? Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it on that page for the time being, only because of the time that we have. But do thank you for bringing it to my attention. I can try. Let me just see if it'll let me do this. Are you now seeing our website?
Yep.
Yes, this is good.
Thank you. Okay. I pulled this up usually in incognito, so it kind of has me switching between several screens. So I do thank you for directing me. So in this browser, under the university logo, you'll see Careers for Terps. By clicking on this, you're next directed to a login. If you are a current student about to graduate or just graduated, most likely you are still with a student account. And you will need to go into your profile in order to change yourself to alum, okay, to the alumni. If you are an alum, you would go in directly in order to set up your alumni account, okay? The way that I go in is typically as a student because I'm working with a lot of students as well as alumni. So my account is indeed going to show like this. So I have a login. When I sign in, it's going to ask me for my information, which is my CAS login. That's not good. Wait a minute, I've got somebody else to let in. This doesn't help. Okay, she's in. So what you're going to do is you're going to sign in with your university directory ID. And as a university has, you will always have to go into Duo in order to authenticate access. This is something that most of you are aware of anyway, so you should see that. All right, so now I am now in Careers for Terps, okay? And I am in as a student, but as I said, you will be able to go in and either set up a new account as an alum, or you will be able to go into your profile and convert your account. So what I'd like to do first is to go here and to look and show you on the right side, the first place where you can do that conversion is to check your profile. So under my profile at the bottom, you should first read and sign off on the privacy policy, the user policy here. Okay, fill in your details, say save to all of these, and then you'd go back. Okay, the next thing on Careers for Terps is the academic or the career information. All this is part of your profile. In order for me to have access, I've put myself down as graduating next year. But throughout this is where you indicate your areas of study and your career interests. For this tool to work for you, you must update your academic information at the start of each semester as you are graduating, or as an alum after you've graduated. You must go back in and say what it is that you are, okay? So this is where you're going to be able to select that you are a recent grad, if you just graduated within the past year, from December 2020 on back to May 2020. Or if you've been out a little bit longer than that, then you would select alumnus beyond one year out. All right. This is the information that you need to put in there so that you don't miss out on great opportunities that are designated for you because you're still in the system as a senior. All right. So if you're an alum, make sure that that account is saying you are a recent alum or that you are an alum outside of 1 year. If you have a work authorization status that needs to be updated, please contact our office using the information that you see online, which is ucc-studenthelp@umd.edu. You can also call our main office, which is available on our home screen, and that is 301-314-7225. I'm still admitting people. All right. So you can choose multiple selections when you get here for your major. So be sure that if you're a double major, you can put that in. If you have some certifications that you've received, put those in. And although we cannot, the university does not allow you to search on GPA, you should consider putting that in because for some employers, they will require that, but it is not a mandatory screen for you. And as I said, for the work authorization, for those of you who require that or who become United States citizens, you're able to go in and have that changed too. What is your degree level? What are your career interests? And here you can choose more than one, okay? So you can be a communications major as well as looking at your arts and your design area. So you can change all of these things by holding down your control button. You can put in here where you're trying to get your job. So that's in here. And what are you looking for? Or do you have a particular area that you're trying to get into? An established big company, or maybe it's a nonprofit or a startup. So these are just ways in which the database can help you to source the jobs that are being brought into our system. So the more you put in here, the more targeted that information is going to be. Once you've done all of that, of course, you do need to save it. With this information in mind, over here on the right still, you are looking at emails and notifications. And here you're going to see several tabs. And it's up to you to select how you want to receive that information. We have newsletters. You can get information from various teams, various employers. So let us know how you want to get that information, and we'll be sure to, that information can be streamlined for you. You might want to have all of them checked initially, just so that you can get a sense of your preferences. And after a while, you might say, you know, I don't think I need to receive this part anymore. But you want to be notified in this day and time, especially when something has become new. So try to get as many notifications from us as possible. All right. Over here too, you'll see something called counseling appointments right here. Now, under the counseling appointments, as a recent alum, this means that, as I mentioned, that you're still within 1 year of having received your degree, and therefore you are eligible to request assistance from our career advisors. Okay, so those of you who just graduated or who graduated May 2020, we treat you as if you're currently enrolled students, and the persons that you speak with are the ones who are within the colleges that you were affiliated with. These career advisors are available to help you explore careers, to develop resumes and cover letters, to search for jobs, to discuss graduate school, and to direct you to other information. If you completed your degree over a year ago, then you may request a one-time 30-minute appointment with me. And because you've changed your profile to reflect that you've been out for over a year, my name is the one that will show up with the few slots that I do have available. All appointments at this time are done virtually, which means that the advisor may choose to do them by Zoom or by phone. And you will get that information when you do select your appointments. So be sure that you put in there when you're trying to set up when you're available. You'll get a nice screen showing you the various options that are available to you. Hold on a second. And the filter helps you to identify the various appointment slots, typically outside of outside of 2 weeks. So if it's 3 weeks out, that information is not yet put into the information that's available. We ask that you please remember to cancel any appointment if you're not able to make it. All right. Updating your documents. Let me show you this. Okay. Within the documents, you have the opportunity to put in there information such as resumes that you can upload. You can upload cover letters. You can upload writing samples. All of this information is this is a good place to house it so that you're able to access it when you need it to apply for a job. It's good just to have that ready. So you might have 2 or 3 different career interests, 2 or 3 different kinds of resumes targeting those interests. And you might have a short and a long writing sample. This is a place for you to be able to put those documents so that you don't have to go sorting to try to find them. You can then attach them to your to any job application that you have. We recommend that when you do this, that you use your name in the documents for the employer's convenience. For instance, I would put in there Linda LeNoir resume, just so that when it is sent to the employer, they do have your full name and know that this is in support of your application. All right. The other part here has to do with your job search. Now that you have a basic understanding of how the system is set up, let's see how to use Careers4Terps for your job search. Once again, on this left navigation bar, you would click on the jobs and internships, and then you would hit the search tab. There are a few different ways to search for opportunities based on where you are in your search process. If you are exploring, we might recommend starting on this page that has a variety of carousels grouped into different categories. So it could be based on your interests, these are the kinds of jobs that I'm looking for, okay? So you get a chance to kind of sort through what it is that you're mostly looking to have. You can sort based on your career interests, the latest jobs, or recently posted. You can source on those jobs that are trending and those that have been popular among other students. So the search piece of it is really depends on what it is that you are looking for. And that's why when you are first setting up your profile, this helps you to make sure that you go through and identify the kinds of positions that you're searching for within the Careers4Terps database. If you have a clear direction as to what you're seeking, we recommend that you click over here on all jobs. All right. So under all jobs, you can see that we have over almost 2,000 jobs are active in the Careers4Terps database. This is both full-time positions, internships, positions for new alumni, as well as positions for a more experienced alum. But there are almost 2,000 jobs currently available. But when you go to the keywords, that filter is going to help you to narrow down your search. So for instance, you might choose here that you are looking for, as a new grad, entry-level positions. Under the entry-level positions, you're going to get about, 785 results for entry-level type positions located nationally, all right? But each time you put in a filter, just like for any job base, it's going to help you to continue to narrow your search. So you can put in that position, and somebody asked much earlier on about the recent versus the experienced roles. You can search for experience where they'll say, we need somebody with 4 years of experience or 8 years of experience. But this is the place where you want to get comfortable with making sure that you are searching for the right position. You're not interested in internships because the employer is looking for a currently enrolled student to do the internships. The More Filters tab will also allow you to search by other categories, such as your major and your work authorization. How often was a position posted? Okay, and once again, what is your level? And that would go back to that 1 year out. Okay, this is where you'd put in there whether you're a citizen or not. And if you have not received documentation that you are now a citizen, do not select this because that information gets crossed with the information over in the registrar's office, and we cannot change it until we have you change it with the registrar. So congratulations for those of you who are able to receive that, but you do need to make sure that you touch base at each point so it gets into your filters. So once you're in here, this is under the more filters, you might decide, well, what else might I check on here? Let me see, I would like to do something in communications, all right? And depending on what you have in here, once again, that's how it's going to search for you, okay? So I have entry level, I have recent grad, and I have communications. So those are the kinds of positions that are going to show up for me. And right now there are about 21 recent positions that are listed that will show up, and I can look at these and go down and say, you know, I kind of like these. So I might want to decide to create a job alert, all right? By creating a job alert, it means that whenever a position similar to these comes up, I will receive a notification of that. The other is I might go and read these job descriptions, and after reading this, I might say, you know, I don't think I want that. So here's the thumbs down, all right? So you can either say, yes, let me know more about that, and I'm going to come back to this position because you're just doing some research right now. So I might say, like that one, but when I looked at this and read it, you know, I don't think this is something of interest to me, okay? So if it's not of interest to me, I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to put I don't like that, okay? This is just to help you to navigate these 21 positions that you're seeing in here. Okay, now notice that I did not search by location. So they're not going to be just the ones that are in the greater metropolitan DC area. These are going to be national. So if I am looking to stay in this area, then I'm going to need to be sure to put that information in here. All right. When you click on the position to see the full details, you will see what the role is. You'll find out, as with any job description, what the qualifications are. All right. And very often it's going to tell you down here how you can apply. Okay. So is this one for applications? Can I apply directly? And if so, I can click right here. And that's going to, when I can apply directly, it's going to be able to give me the information through C4T, if it's available through C4T, or I'll be prompted to select a resume or other documents from the system to be uploaded on the spot. If you need to apply via the company website or via email, those instructions will also be listed. I always like people to understand too that when you're doing this research, you know, be sure to, you know, think about, well, geez, I've never heard of this particular employer, okay, ARC. So this position looks really good, but maybe I want to make sure that I make a note to myself that this is a company that I might want to follow up with later. I can look over here, I can check out their website. And from the website, I can see what other kind of career opportunities they have. So by doing this, it helps to expose you to employers that are seeking University of Maryland students and alumni. And so hopefully you'll get exposed to some employers that you did not know existed before that might become of interest to you. I mentioned the job alerts, and as I said, we highly recommend that you set up job alerts so that you can receive notification anytime an opportunity that meets your criteria are posted. After you create your job search criteria, you should see the red Create Job Alert button in the upper right side of the page, and you click on that in order to save it. So if as I said, if I'm looking for various pieces, that's what I'm going to. If I'm looking for new and recent, okay, those are the ones I'm going to get. So if I just put that in and create a job alert, I will now get alerts for this particular search. Getting these alerts, if I decide I want to add to or subtract from the alert I have, I can come back in here and edit accordingly. But it helps you to manage the job flow of positions as they come into Careers4Terps. Please note too, regarding job postings, fraudulent postings, it's important to know that the Career Center staff does a minimal due diligence on each position posted. So in other words, we do try anything that doesn't look right. However, we recognize that not all opportunities are as they seem. The good old, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is not a good one. So if you come across any position or an employer that seems suspicious for any reason, please trust your gut and reach out to us for assistance. And remember always that no employer should ever ask you for personal information or send you payment for work that you have not done. All right. So the Careers4Terps database is information, the job postings, and this is where this is fluid. Positions come in every day throughout the day. All right, so definitely look here often, but setting up your alerts can help it so that you might only check in maybe twice a week. In addition to the job postings, I'm going to go back here to home because there are a couple of things that are very unique. One of the things that happens, these are some positions that apparently fit me, and therefore they're going to show up here to say these are kind of positions that I favored earlier on, and I probably would be eligible for. Okay, but in addition, over here, when you go down here, down to online resources, all right. With the online resources, there are several career development resources that the University Career Center has purchased subscriptions to for free use by University of Maryland students and alumni. However, you must access them through Careers4Terps for the detailed access. Again, be sure to make use of these benefits since the cost is covered for you. All right. If you try to access Focus or Interview Stream or anything from a Google search, you'll be given just top of the iceberg information. If you access it through Careers4Terps, because you are an alum, you will be able to have full access to the program as we have purchased them. So what you're going to see here is Focus 2, and there is a code word, keep that in mind, go Terps. Focus 2 is for career self-assessment. For many alum, you are just finishing and you're still not quite sure what you want to do, or you've been out for a year or so and you're trying to figure out, am I on the right track, or are there other options out there for me? Focus 2 gives you a chance to look at and explore your interests, your skills, your values, and to see what kind of positions might be a good fit for what you're interested in. Interview Stream is our tool for practicing via the computer, a virtual mock interview. And this simulation is fantastic, especially because the majority of interviews now are what? Online. Vault is an excellent resource for industry information and facts about specific employers. All right, they have employers in there. They also have in there information on careers in public relations, careers in consulting, careers in sales, very well-researched guides that are available for you to go through, as well as very strong how-to articles and blogs that are written. So check out Vault because they are really a vault of information. LinkedIn Learning is actually a tool that the university has paid for its faculty, staff, and students. If you are a new graduate, you probably still have access to it. And I know last year in the spring, they extended alumni access because of the pandemic. I'm not sure as of today where they stand, but if you click on it, you will be able to find out if you're able to get into it. If you cannot get into LinkedIn Learning, that's only because as an alum, they do not serve you through the University of Maryland. But their certificates and workshops and seminars can be accessed for a price if you go to LinkedIn through their general LinkedIn website. Going global, I love to put this in because it has worldwide opportunities, including remote opportunities. And it's really useful to international alumni who need to identify employers who have H-1B opportunities. But it's also a great tool for US citizens interested in working overseas. So when you scroll down here, you'll see here's that H-1B. So for international students wanting to know who are some employers in that area, for job search, you're doing a very similar thing. They do have a training webinar for you to go into to help you understand how to use it. And they also have a number of upcoming workshops on the job search during COVID. Those are included in our events website, okay? So I mentioned events, so let me go back here very quickly. So remember, you start over here, you're going to profile, you're going to get that up to date, you're going to look at what's counseling's available, you're going to look over here about the counseling appointments, you're going to be able to access jobs and interviews, and over here, you're going to be able to have those online, ongoing resources that you can access, all right? The other thing that you're going to have, and so that's all within Careers4Terps. But I do want to be sure that you know that you'll see in here a list of some upcoming events. And these are they just pull out usually 5 of them. Well, believe me, we have more than 5. Okay, so what I want to do is to show you where those are. And let me see. So if you look back at the University Career Center's homepage, where you found Careers4Terps, you'll also see an events calendar. And on that calendar is done by the month. So during the month of January, we have some upcoming opportunities, online employers coming in. Sometimes they're talking about their place of employment. Sometimes they're just giving you some good employer information. And sometimes it's where we have set up a variety of panels. All right, so this is going to be for January. If you look into February, that's when February is a very big month for us. So this goes on and on. You'll see, like even on February 2nd, there's 1, 2, 3. There are 3 workshops throughout the day, done by the Peace Corps, the one that we're doing, and then one done by SiriusXM. So go through. You can just scroll through and see them, or you can go ahead and source them out. By sourcing them out, for instance, we are pretty much always known for our career fairs, and you will see that we have a variety of upcoming career fairs, including performing arts. Pepsi's going to do something, and we have our 2-day career fair, which is our spring fair, done virtually. When you go into these, you will find that there's information to tell you how to successfully navigate these career fairs ahead of time, okay? And those are the ones we have so far. We also partner with others in the area. Sometimes we'll receive great information, and we're able to attend to those and to get that information and promote it to you. Okay. So I am going to see if I can't get back over to where you guys are. Give me 1 minute. So that I can see, you can see me, I think. Can you see me?
Yes.
Yes, somebody's still on. Okay. You know, I think I muted a lot of people coming in, but I would like to see if there are any questions within the chat. And let's see. I only see one so far. And it says, if a company fills a position, how soon before it drops off of the C4T job search list? Excellent question. And I'll be honest, we don't know until they tell us. And typically employers, that we have a variety of employers who've been using us for years, and they know that they need to tell us if they're also promoting it at other universities. They're going to, systematically or system-wide tell all of those colleges that they're working with to drop that off, okay? Do you have to be a student to access Careers for Terps, or can anybody use it? If you don't attend the university, you cannot access it. So you have to either be a current student or an alum, all right? Now, the reality is we do have some individuals who may have graduated from the university 2 years ago, and they went on and got a master's from another school, and then they decide they want to come back into this area, so they reconnect with the University of Maryland. So although they have a more recent other institution, we still consider them an alum and they can still access us. But other than that, you do need to be a student or an alum from the University of Maryland College Park. So although we're part of the greater system, we do not serve the other universities within the University of Maryland system.
All right, love bugs.
Hello? That was somebody. Okay. The other is that for those of you who are in the business school or who were over in engineering, both of your schools have their own databases. However, you are also, in other words, for Hire Smith over in the business school, you have their database and you have Careers for Terps. If you're finishing up over in engineering, you have Careers for Engineers over in the engineering school, and you have us. So you have two pools to pull from. And so be sure that you have changed your profile within the business school and also over in the engineering school in particular, because they have their own databases. But you might still see something coming through with Careers for Terps. So let me see what other questions you might have. Let's see, when should a student start searching for internships this summer? Okay, I'm assuming this person is a currently enrolled student, and you will see that if you go into Careers for Terps, you will see internships listed as of today for this summer even. And you will see later on that we're doing some different webinars that talk about job searching for internships. And the way I look at it is that you can never be too soon. Start identifying the places that you might want to do an internship. See who's offering an internship this spring semester that you think is good. And then maybe reach out to that organization to see, will they also be sponsoring internships for the summer. We also expect to have a high number of employers coming to our upcoming career fairs, because it is for both careers and jobs and internships. So some of those employers do show up at our career fairs this spring. What's the difference between C4T and Terrapins Connect? Okay, well, that's a really good question too. And the difference is that Careers for Terps is really jobs. Terrapins Connect, we work really closely. As a matter of fact, I'm a liaison to the Alumni Association. So we work closely with the Alumni Association to help to promote Terrapins Connect. Terrapins Connect is where you have a database of alumni who are saying, we are available to talk with students about anything career related. So you can reach out to them to find out what's it like to work in a particular company, what's it like to work in a particular kind of position. And so you can do what's called an informational interview with them. You can also ask somebody in Terrapins Connect, can you help me? And they'll tell you, can you help me with my resume? Give me some feedback on this, all right? And I think that would be helpful. So it's alumni who are in a position that they're out there now, and we have quite a couple thousand in there who are saying, ask me, I really want to work with you and tell you what it's like to be here. I love Maryland and I love being a Terp, and I want to be sure that my colleagues, my fellow Terps that are graduating, if they have questions, we're here to help you. Now, they do have a couple of times, if they're connecting with us, and we hope in the future, we're actually looking into this for the future, where alumni in Terrapins Connect will be able to post some of their job listings within Careers4Terps. So those are two separate databases, but the reality is that this is how you have to go, is through Careers4Terps, separate from the Terrapins Connect. Okay? Are there other questions that anybody might have? Any other questions? It's a lot, but I think it's so important that you understand how vast this whole Careers4Terps is. There are just so many tools in there to help you to be successful. And in this difficult pandemic kind of an environment of a job search, we know how difficult that can be. Someone is asking, how do you change your student account to an alumni account? You go into your profile. Remember when I showed you the profile on the homepage of Careers4Terps? You go down and you change that. All right. If you end up having difficulties, then you can contact me. Let me know and I'll put you in touch with the right person. So that's my email. So if you're having any problems or you end up having further questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I do want you to know that a recording of this webinar will be sent to all of you who signed up for this session. Okay. Are there other questions out there? Well, let me just say thank you so much again for joining me today. And I hope that you'll check out the other events that are being offered throughout the Career Week. So have a wonderful day, stay healthy, and how do we always end this? Go Terps. Thank you so much. It was great talking with you. Take care.
Thanks so much, Miss Linda.
You're so welcome. Thank you all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you again.
You guys,
Thank you.
we're here for you. Just remember that, okay? Take care.